Hey guys, Drew here from youpickgames, giving you part 5 of my tutorial on OBS settings. So basically, we're going to be going through advanced in this part of the video, or, well, this video. Use multi-thread optimizations, keep this on here. Process priority class, basically it's just like, what do you want OBS to be regarded as in your, when your CPU is using power, like what priority does it have over other things. Just keep it at normal, unless you really need to keep it at higher, anything like that. But for the most part, you should just keep it at normal. Scene buffering time, keep it at 400. That's just the default. Whoa, what did I just hit? Just keep that as the default. Disable encoding while previewing. Basically, that's going to while you preview scenes, you're not going to see the encoding. It's not going to encode while you're previewing, so you won't. If you're looking at like your task manager and you're trying to figure out like how much like OBS is using up in your system's resources, it won't show the actual thing because it won't be encoding. Here is the big things that you need to look at though. Your X264 CPU preset. Basically what this is it determines the speed at which you encode and compress your stream at. Now, the slower you are, the better, and the faster you are, the worse looking it's going to be. But basically every time you get down, like every setting one, like getting closer to slower, is about 10% more CPU power. So I use very fast and things look pretty good. But every time you, like let's say you jump from very fast to faster, it's probably going to use about 10% more CPU power. And the same thing, just keep going on and on and on. Now that's just kind of like a rule of thumb. Obviously the better CPUs, it's probably going to take less and less, but at least for my high-end CPU, it takes about 10% each time that you go up. A lot of times people say that there's no difference between faster and fast. Most people see the differences between very fast, super fast, and ultra fast. These will kind of get, like the higher you go, it'll look more pixelated. But they say when you're going down to very fast and lower, the only setting between very fast and there's no real difference, they say, between faster and fast. They say if you're looking for a quality change, go down to medium. Just realize that medium is a pretty big jump and it's going to require a pretty good amount of CPU to use. Next is the keyframe interval. If you want to comply with Twitch's broadcasting standards, you're going to want to set this to 2. This basically will make it so that your keyframe interval is 2, and that's what Twitch wants, so that you can comply with their standards. Next thing is use CFR, that's constant frame rate. Basically, it locks your frames in at whatever your FPS is set over in the video section. So I would suggest using CFR. If you're having problems, don't use it, but for the most part, CFR solves a lot of things. The rest of these, don't even bother with. A lot of this stuff is really advanced things that you really should know, like what you are doing before you even try and touch these. The only other thing I would suggest looking at is automatically low latency mode. Basically, this is exactly like that other setting that we looked at before. This is going to reduce your ping and latency that you experience in multiplayer games. So if you really need, if your ping's really high in the multiplayer games because you're broadcasting, go ahead and enable this, and that should fix some of it. It's not a guaranteed fix, but it will help no matter what. Other than that, just make sure you're, tinker around with the CPU preset, make sure that what you're doing is right for you, and make sure that it works for everything. But, like I said, other than that, this page is pretty much just for the CPU preset, and there's really not too much more that you should be tinkering with. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, message me below in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for watching.